Good afternoon, this is B. A. Nagesh, retired civil servant, MA in Political Science and Public Administration. Today we do one unit in General Studies paper 3, Science and Technology. So the paper on General Studies paper 3 has the following components: economy, agriculture, science, technology, environment, internal security, disaster management. The question we have taken for discussion today, GS3, Science and Technology. The deployment of facial recognition tracking system by the government without a law poses a threat to privacy and right to freedom of speech. So we read the question once again. The development of facial recognition tracking system by the government without a law poses a threat to privacy and the right to freedom of speech. Substantiate the issues involved. Answer in 200 words, 20 marks. So as in other questions, we go with an introduction. We see the features of the FRTS, that is Facial Recognition Tracking System, what it involves, what are the issues of concern. We start with an introduction. There are 16 different facial recognition tracking systems which have been utilized by the center and the states for surveillance, security, and authentication. So the facial recognition tracking systems, there are about 16 systems which are being actively utilized by the center and the state governments for surveillance, security, authentication. Some more are to be added in the course of time. With this brief introduction, we go to the features of the FRTS. The Supreme Court in Putsami versus Union of India laid down certain directions regarding the right to privacy and said that right to privacy is a part of the right to freedom of speech and expression. It is a part of Article 19. Article 19 of the Fundamental Rights contains the 6 basic freedoms. The Supreme Court in Putsami versus Union of India clearly laid down that right to privacy is a part of right to freedom of speech and expression. So this particular FRTS system is a threat to the right to privacy. We will elaborate this further. The Supreme Court has also said right to privacy means even right to privacy even in public spaces. Now, how did the FRTS originate? The FRTS originated on the basis of a cabinet note. There is no legal sanction for the system. It is just continuing on the basis of a cabinet note. Basically, government wanted to adopt this system to check surveillance, security, and authentication. Now, what happens with this technology? Suppose the system is inaccurate, it can result in the arrest of wrong persons. So, thereby negating the very purpose for which this system was introduced. And once a person is accused or found guilty under this system, if he is tracked in this system, it could mean that the accused faces exclusion from government schemes. You see the situation prevailing in the US. The US was the first to ban the use of FRT on the grounds that it is inaccurate. What happens when we continue usage of this FRT? It results in the creation of a tyrannical society, and this technology results in injustice in the system of criminal justice. See, the system of criminal justice is supposed to promote justice, whereas this adoption of this technology will further lead to a tyrannical society and injustice. Now, there are no safeguards or remedies in case of errors committed in surveillance. The government is using this for surveillance. Suppose any errors are committed, suppose the wrong person is punished, there are no remedies and there are no safeguards to check misuse or check the wrong application of this technology. Delhi police were the first to utilize this technology. There was a request under the RTI to know the features of this technology and how it was working. So an application was filed with the Delhi police asking whether any privacy impact assessment has been done before utilizing this technique. The RTI request also asked whether there were any guidelines, policies or standard operating procedures as far as this technology is concerned. Now the RTI request was very specific because when as I said, this system was generated on the basis of a cabinet note and there are no clear guidelines, policies or standard operating procedures. So this was to be authenticated by a reply from the Delhi police under the RTI. The replies furnished by the Delhi police to the RTI application was, this technology has been used in the interest of safety and security. So clearly the Delhi police did not mention whether there were any guidelines in the adoption of this technique, whether any procedures have been followed, whether it is in accordance with several policies or whether there are any standard operating procedures. The RTI reply did not furnish any of this. Instead, it gave a blanket answer saying that in the interest of security and safety. Now, this technology has been used for tracking missing children. Later on, this was extended to compile the details of persons involved who were involved in protests in the Jamia Millia University. A lot of protests were going on. This technique was used for compiling the details of people. Now, the minorities feel that adopting this technology is resulting in them being targeted and marginalized. This is affecting the individual's freedom of speech and expression and the right to protest. In the Putsami case, the Supreme Court had laid down that Article 19 means right to freedom of speech and expression, and right to freedom of speech and expression also includes right to privacy. Now, the right to protest, right to peaceful protest, is also being threatened by the adoption of this particular technique. So, for a question on discussion on in science and technology relating to the deployment of FRTS and its implications. So as I said, this system was developed on the basis of a cabinet note without any policy, without any guidelines, and it is arbitrary in nature. And we also noted what happens to the people targeted under this FRTS. Suppose a wrong person is targeted, there is a possibility of him being excluded from government schemes, and countries like the US have given up this, saying that the system is arbitrary and it is inaccurate. We also pointed out how this results in the creation of a tyrannical society and results in a policy of injustice. Criminal justice is not secured. And we also pointed out how inaccuracy can result in arrest of wrong persons. When we see the issues of concern, we also pointed out how the particular scheme violates the guidelines given in the Putsami case. In the Putsami case, The Supreme Court clearly laid down that right to privacy is a part of right to freedom of speech and expression, and right to privacy extends even in public spaces. Now, when the citizen tried to get the information and RTI on how the system is working, whether there are any standard operating procedures, whether there are any guidelines or policies for executing this FRTS, the replies furnished by the Delhi police were that it has been used in the interest of safety and security. Clearly, the operating guidelines, the standard operating procedures have not been mentioned in the RTI reply. As I said before, this system is arbitrary in the sense that first it was used for tracking missing children. Now it is used to compare the details of people participating in any riots or protests. The first thing which we have noted is when it was taken up in the case of the people protesting in Jamia Millia, it led to the conclusion that minorities are being secured, minorities are being targeted, they are being persecuted. So this particular technology which is being in use by the government is surely affecting the individual's freedom of speech and expression. It is crossing the threshold laid down by the Putsami case, and it is also against the principles laid down in Article 19 of the Constitution, where the fundamental freedoms are secured. Right to freedom of speech and expression, right to privacy is a part of right to freedom of speech and expression, and even the right to protest is a natural corollary, right to peaceful protest. So these are the things which are to be highlighted in an answer for 200 words on this FRTS. So you start with an introduction, highlight the features, then the issues of concern. So generally, General Studies Paper 3, Science and Technology, the current legislation, the current schemes, all this we will have to see the editorials of the Indian Express, the Times of India, the Hindu, or government publications, and certain websites like the PRS to get the insight into the working of these schemes. Information on these schemes or these current events related matters are not readily available in the form of any book or a journal. It has to be gleaned from several articles. So this is how we would compare and illustrate the issues relating to this particular technology adopted by the government, which has been done purely on the basis of a cabinet note without policy, guidelines or standard of procedure. Thank you.